Well, hello all. My name's David, and you are welcome to David's Birdroom. Come on in. Well, we're now end of May 24. In this show, I'll let you see what's been happening here in David's Birdroom during the month of May. Stay with me to see what's been going on. Well, as you all know, I had a late start with the breeding this year. The birds weren't paired up until the end of April, beginning of May. So, what's been happening now? Birds have been paired up, eggs have been laid, and young ones hatched. Not bad. But what I've been doing this year, I was running cockbirds with multiple hens. There was a young cockbird, he was running with 4 different hens. He's running with that, 2, 3, and 4. He was running with 4 hens. This cockbird was with that hen, that cockbird was with those 2 hens, and we have a cockbird here that was running with that hen and that hen. Now, what I had done, you got the birds, you took the bird out, you put them in with the hen, they made it, you lifted them out, put them back in with the other hen again, and just run them with the multiple hens. It worked and it didn't work. And I'm hoping that you'll see as we go on here. What had actually happened? I had quite a few blank eggs. But what I had noticed, the blank eggs was mainly with young cockbirds. So I think it was really just a case of the young birds not really realising and knowing what their job was. So there was quite a few blank eggs. So there was only a few sort of single full eggs here and there. I have full clutches from like an over-year bird. There's another cockbird there, had full eggs. So, but what I've done this time, because of that, because there was the blank eggs, some of the eggs then, they were tucked away. The hens were let sort of get back onto that cycle again. The cockbirds were tucked away and then placed back in with the hen and stayed with the hen for that week until the hen had laid her eggs again. So whenever she had laid her full set of eggs, I removed him, put him in a cage on his own, and then I was able to put him back in with another hen at a later date. Does that sound confusing? It does to me. It's all simple enough. Like, that cockbird was with that hen and that hen. Now, she's back down on a full set of eggs. So he was with her until she laid all her eggs. So whenever she laid all the full clutch eggs, I took him out, put him back in this cage here for a day. Then this hen was starting to build her nest again. So then what I had done then, I put him in along with her again. So now he'll spend the next 3-4 days until she lays, and then whenever she lays her clutch eggs, I will remove him and put him in there and let the 2 hens get on with it. So that's what I've been doing. So what we can see, we have a hen here, an Isabel hen. She's got 2 young ones, doing well and run. The hen up in the top, a red ivory hen, she's along with this red ivory cockbird. So a red ivory hen, she has 2 young birds in there. Will be due to get rung within the next day or so. This hen has 2 young ones. One hatched probably 2 or 3 days later. Now I took that away and put that up below another hen that had only a single young one. So she has a big single young one, and then this hen here has got 2 smaller young ones of the same size. So they're working all right. This hen had all blank eggs, and her mate actually passed away on me for whatever strange reason. So now she's with a different partner, and she's building a nest and hoping she goes down again. This bird here, I was telling you, was running with the 2, so she had blank eggs first time around. Hopefully, she has a nice wee nest built there. Hopefully, she'll go back around full nest. We'll see how it goes. Pair down the bottom has laid a first egg this morning. The cockbird he's in with, the cockbird is actually running, he's actually running with 3 hens. He's running with that hen, and that hen. So, this hen that he's with is on, she's sitting now 2-3 days, so she has her 3, 4, 5 eggs, or whatever it is, I haven't really checked, but she's got a full clutch. The hen at the bottom that he was with is actually feeding young ones from the first round. So now he's back in with this hen that had clear eggs. Hopefully it'll work this time. And I say that cockbird here is back in with that hen. This hen here's got 5 eggs. They were blank the first time round. We'll see how they go this time. He gets spending a wee bit more time with her. So I'm hoping that the eggs are full. So I will let you all know in the next show how it works if a cockbird spends a wee bit extra longer time with the hen and not long enough to create a full bond together, and that they can move them away and put them on with another hen. So that's what I've been trying to do. So the hen number 1 is with that cockbird, she is sitting. Hen number 2 is with that cockbird, blank eggs first time around. The second hen, blank eggs. So the 2 hens that he was with had blank eggs first time around, but they're all young birds. It was a young cockbird and 2 young hens. So now he has spent a week or so with this hen on his own. This girl here has been on her own, and hopefully she'll start to build a nest very soon. She has started to lay, so then I will move him back over her again and see how they go. Pair number 3 was with the heavy variegated cockbird. Well, she has got 3 young ones and doing well. And pair number 4 is same again with that cockbird running with the 2 hens. Her first eggs were all blank. I let him then run with her for the full week, back down, full. She has a full set of eggs, but don't know if they're full yet or not, so we'll see how they go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is with the intensive red cockbird, blank the first time round, back on again, second set of eggs, see how they go. 6, blank first time around, set again for the second time, see how they go. Same again, set again, number 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 8 has got 1 single young one. Big young one, rung, doing well. Number 9 is with this cockbird. That cockbird was run, say, with 4 hens. So number 9 has got 2 young ones in there. She's got 1 of her own to that cockbird, and there's another young one which come off that hen of the same cockbird. So the 2 young ones that are in that nest, they're half brothers and sisters. Same fathers, different mothers. Trying to get a wee line going here. 9, 8, 9, 10. Hoping to get laid again. First time around, eggs all blank. My partner had passed away. Number 10, ready to lay again, or 11. And number 12 has laid her first egg again with this bird. 12, number 13, the ivory hen, sitting. That one's got a single young one. I'm hoping she. So really, can I say they're doing well? Aye, but they're not doing great. But you know, they're all doing what they have to do. I think it was unfortunate with a lot of blank eggs first time round. Whatever young ones have hatched, and it's not a big number. Whatever young ones have hatched, I've got them rung, and they're doing well. And fingers crossed, there's been no casualties with any of the young ones that have hatched. So far, so good. So they're doing well, they're doing not well. That's what's called canary breeding. Whew, that can test you. Now, we'll switch over to the native birds, and I'll let you have a wee run through of what's happened there with the siskins and the red poles. What do you see? So now I'll take a wee run through of what's pairs I have and what they're doing and how they're getting on. The native birds indoors are actually doing better and more steady than the native birds outside. The native birds outside, which I'll show you in a minute, they're going, they're not going, they're started their nest building, they're laying eggs, they're not laying eggs, they're messing about. Inside, not so bad. Pair number 1, pair of mealy redpolls. She's now sitting on eggs. She's probably on them 5-6 days. Don't know if they're full or not, or how many there is. I just know she's sitting. I don't see her getting out, so all's good. Pair number 2, we have a normal cockbird that's carrying brown, carrying cinnamon, with a cinnamon hen. Now she has got, I think, 3 eggs of her own. 2 eggs of her own and 3 eggs from another pair from the outside flight. So she's fostering and has adopted 3 or 4 eggs from another pair. So we'll see how they go through their normal pair, and she's got a few eggs off another one. Pair number 3, I had in here a brown cockbird and a silver hen. Now the silver hen was actually the very first of my mealies to lay. She had laid a set of 5 eggs. She was sitting 3-4 days. I came out one day, found her in the bottom of the cage. You know, you just can't, it's just not explainable. You know, you just want, what's going on here? Passed away, lost the eggs. So I have the brown, a cinnamon cockbird now. Here he's on his own. He doesn't have a partner. But anyway, 1, 2, 3. Suskins. There is a pair of suskins, a pair of colour mutation suskins on here. We have got, she's on, I think she's got 3 young ones, and the 3 of them are young. So, doing okay, happy enough. Colour mutation suskins, happy there. A pair of brown lesser redpolls. Now what she has, and I think they're probably just due to hatch, she has got a set of eggs that had belonged to this pair of suskins. She had laid eggs and didn't sit. So I transferred her eggs to this hen, and they're hatched, and well, we'll see how they go. Doing so far. She's still sitting. That's what I like to see. Down at the bottom, we have a pair of brown lesser redpolls. She's got 1 young bird. As you can see, I have the cockbird split from the hen because he decided that he wanted to go on and take eggs out of the nest. Left her with 1 egg. That egg is now hatched. It's rung, and so far doing well. So at least it's something. Up in the top, I have a suskin hen on her own. I don't have a partner for her as yet. And here, there's a pair of normal suskins. As I said, she had laid a set of eggs, and they're now in below there. But she's went back down again and has laid, and she's now sitting. So hopefully, I'll get a set of young ones from her on her own. Down at the bottom, goldfinch. Couple of spare mule hens, not doing anything, they're just there, happy days. So all in all, native birds indoor, early in the season, fingers crossed, doing well. So hopefully by the time I get back to you next month, there might be young ones out of the perch, out of the nest, and doing grand. So that's it from the birds inside. I'm going to take you outside and let you see the birds in the outside aviary. And come with me and I'll take you out. I've been busy in the garden. That's out at the front garden, so I've been busy at the garden at the minute. Keeping the lawn right. Keeping all the side beds going well. So that keeps me busy. Working at my garden. So here I am in my outside flights, Davidsbirdroom here. What I have, I'll just go through the pairs. What I have pair of siskins. A yellow hen. You may have seen her. There's a yellow hen that actually done really well on the show bench for me last year. So she's along with a yellow normal cockbird that's carrying that same yellow gene as herself. So I'm just hoping that I get some nice, good quality, well marked, good yellow siskins from this pair. She had laid single egg, didn't lay anymore, messed about, built a nest, messed about, built a nest. But she's now sitting this past 3-4 days. I haven't looked to see how many eggs she's laid. We'll see how it goes. I'll just keep a record of how long she's been there, then I'll check when their eggs are sort of due to hatch, and hopefully. Pair number 2 is a pair of normal lesser redpolls. Same again, messed about, carrying nest material, just doing everything they should be doing, but very slow. Currently now has a nest built. Hopefully she'll get settled down and get her eggs laid. The birds outside here, they're slower, they're messing about a bit, but they will settle down. We're still at the end of May, early enough for the birds outside, happy enough. Pair 3 is a pair of normal mealy redpolls. She had laid, she had built, she had laid and didn't sit. And I was telling you, indoors there's a set of eggs belonging to her and below the brown mealy redpoll. So fingers crossed, don't know if they're full or not, fingers crossed the brown hen gets them reared and hatched. Pair number 3 is a pair of normal siskins. She is building away and doing all she has to do, but I had to put the divider in because I seen the cockbird was a bit aggressive with her. So I put the divider in, so I'm thinking to myself, if he's aggressive with her, he might get a wee bit more aggressive whenever she gets to lay. So I want to be able to sort of divide them all off, but at the same time, I want them together. I have the divider in so that if he does start to get amorous with her, or she can get out of his way because there's a divider there that they can get out each other's road. At the back, I'll swing this cage around and let you see what's happened. There's 2 pair of birds that are flying free in the outside aviary. Up in the top right hand corner, there's a pair of siskins, and then there's 2 nest sites, one in the middle and one in the left hand corner for a pair of mealy redpolls. Where the pair of mealy redpolls have been messing about, building and carrying, and she's been trying to build nests everywhere except for the nest site that I put up. So I put up a second nest site in the centre, and I see she's actually starting to build there. So fingers crossed she'll get settled down and get laying in there. I'll swing the camera around and let you see. So that is the pair of mealy redpolls that's flying about in the aviary. We have he's a 2-year-old cockbird, and she is a last year's young hen. So because she's a young hen, she's kind of messing about. She hasn't really got down to the sort of nitty gritty of what she wants to do or where she wants to build. But they're doing well together, they're settled well together, so we'll see how things go. So if we look up, along the top, over the far corner, if I get right in to the far corner, I had a nest site in there for her, which she didn't really take too kindly to. So I had to put a second nest in the centre, so I think she's starting to go in there. So fingers crossed. So an outside flight, we have this lovely Isabel Siskin cockbird. And he's paired up with a brown hen who's currently sitting up in this nest. Now, the brown hen, there's a wee story behind the brown hen that happened this year, and I can show you. She had laid her 3rd egg and was doing well. And I came into the flight one evening to check about, just to do my sort of the late evening look-arounds, making sure everything was okay. So I had a look around, and unfortunately, I found her sitting on the floor of the flight. Down beside where I have the pots, she was sitting, huddled in a ball in the corner. So I was able to lift her up and place her in a small cage. I took that cage out into the greenhouse late in the evening, and you had the last sun that was shining through the aviary windows, so that she was getting the sun shining on her that evening in the cage. I went out after the sun had gone down, took the cage, placed it in the window of the potting shed. The window gets the early morning sun, gets that easterly sunrise in the sun. So I had the cage turned around in the hope that she would get a bit of sun into her first thing in the morning if she was still there. I get up the next morning early, and here she was in the cage, jumping back and forward in the cage. I was so glad to see that she had made it through the night. She didn't pass another egg. So she still had only the 3 eggs. She didn't drop any eggs in the cage, so I don't know what had happened to her. I had initially thought she would have been egg bound, but she didn't pass any other eggs. She didn't lay a 4th egg. That early morning, I was able to put her back into the flight again. And she continued to sit on the eggs. So then she has 3 eggs, and on further checking a week later, the 3 eggs were full. The 3 eggs have now hatched, and tonight, Sunday night, I will be ringing those 3 young ones. So there's 3 young ones of that hen that I had picked off the floor as dead. So far, so good. I will keep you posted as how she gets on. But she was so close to not being here. I've been blessed that she's still on, sitting on young ones and doing grand. I'll let you see how things go with her in the future. Stay with me for more updates here in Davidsbirdroom. So I hope you find it interesting watching the progress of the birds here in Davidsbirdroom during the breeding season. This show is just a wee rundown on what pairs I have and what they're doing and how they're getting on. So I will get you back next month. We'll do it on a monthly basis. More to see and do, and it's more interesting. So I'll get you back next month, and we'll see what the progress is with my mealy red pools, my siskins, my lesser red pools, my colour canaries. A lot is happening, and there's going to be a lot more happening if everything keeps going as to plan. Will I get the full eggs from the pairs that have been putting together? Will they be blank again? Tune in next week, next month, to find out what's been happening here in Davidsbirdroom. So if you like what's been happening, please go on. Hit that wee button, hit the like, the subscribe, the share. Tell everybody what you see here at Davidsbirdroom. So for now, everyone, take care. I'll see you all next month. Bye-bye.